I want to ask you about Wyatt Johnston.
Johnston scores! The youngster has done it again!
How good can you be?
I mean, I think I got, a lot more in me. I think the biggest thing was just, my love for the game, always wanting to get better. Joe's a great example.
Right foot shot, score! Off the reader in front of the net! It's Joe Pavelski!
Joe Pavelski, timeless wonder, natural athlete, ultimate babysitter.
You playing?
Post, do you want me to play? Let me get a stick.
That hit?
No.
I heard a ping.
You'll know when it hits. Oh! Did it leave a mark or no?
Yeah.
Leave it to Wyatt.
I want to ask you about Joe Pavelski. What's that been like with Joe and around him and his family?
It's been awesome. Really thankful for, them letting me coming into their house, and he's obviously a guy that I can learn a lot from, and I have learned a lot from. I can't think of a better place to have lived the, past 2 years.
Yeah, pretty amazing, right?
Can you juggle those?
These? Yeah, can you?
Can you?
Yeah. We've been learning how to juggle in the house. Well, these guys
Wyatt,
have.
no.
I can juggle.
I don't think you should.
Yeah, let's see it.
With pressure.
What was the decision like for you and your family, taking in this kid,
Yeah,
20 years old at the time?
spotter, our coach, kind of texts a couple of us like, hey, we're thinking about trying to find a spot for Wyatt. So spotter got a puppy a few years back in San Jose, and it was named Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
And I have 2 labs, and I'm like texting him, I'm like, spotter, like, I guess I could have a 3rd lab at the house.
Oh, he thought it was his dog?
Yeah. And he's like, no, idiot. Like,
It's a human.
Wyatt Johnston. And I was like, oh, that changes a few things. Give me a second.
He was so green when he got here. I don't believe he was prepared to cook for himself or do any of those things. So, when Joe took him in, and Sarah, Joe's wife, and particularly Nate, their son, he's closer in age to Nate, Joe's son, than he is to Joe. So I think talking to Joe, he probably hung out with Nate more than he hung out with Joe.
Has the game started yet?
No, not yet. We were waiting for you. Dustiest guy starts first. When are we starting?
Just started.
Oh, I didn't know that was for real.
Nate's, at an age where he's 13 now, so he gets it and understands, and probably the coolest thing for him, to have someone at the house like that.
You're closer to age to him than you are to Joe, so it's like kind of perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, he's fun to be around. We have some good battles, like to chirp, and it's nice to have a family around and to be with people all the time. You never feel alone. It's awesome for me, and I mean it's a lot of fun.
And the Stars double their money! Wyatt Johnston off the faceoff!
Wyatt Johnston leading this team in goals. That's his 5th goal of the playoffs.
You've been around a while. Like, what are you making of this kid right now?
It's great to see. It really is. He's way more advanced than I was at that stage.
Did you have any clue when you drafted him that this would be the player that you would be getting, the amount of impact he's done with your team?
Joe McTonnell, my head scout, had a special gut feeling on the guy. And when we were starting having our meetings, I said, Jim, I saw him as an underage, I've done my homework, there's something special about him.
Patrice Bergeron's a good comparison. I had Patrice as a 19-year-old on a World Junior team. He reminds me of Patrice in that he played a rookie year last year in the NHL, and I can remember sitting down with him maybe twice where he was out of position defensively. That's rare air.
You're getting compared to Patrice Bergeron. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Like, just turned 21. Like, what do you make of that?
Yeah, it's cool. Those are some really big shoes to try to fill, being compared to people like that.
Then swooping in, centering it, Johnston scores, and Dallas has the lead.
He's been awesome off the ice. Like, that's probably a big reason why it translates on the ice and everything he's been able to do. And he decided to stay with us another year. It's easy, he's living, everything's set up, and it's been good.
I remember talking to Wyatt at the end of year 1 and making sure, going into a sophomore year, I was of the mind, let's not rush to change anything. You were comfortable at Joe's, and he immediately agreed.
He went to Joe and said, I'd like to stay.
All on his own.
All on his own. He's part of the family.
Yeah.
And they said, open arms, you're coming back.
If there's any one thing he could improve, maybe his knife skills in the kitchen, just a little bit.
Oh, he's not dialed in there?
Well, he hasn't cut himself yet, where we've, you know, I've cut myself. They're not bad, I'm just saying they could be polished up a little bit.
You want me to cut the veggies?
The second time I think he was cutting veggies, he was like, oh, and he shaved his finger.
It does not count as a cut. There's no blood.
He says you got to improve your knife skills in the kitchen. That's a challenge.
I mean, I try to help whenever I can, whenever there's an opportunity to help out. This one?
Yeah. Just be careful.
Is there any special way to cut an onion?
We got a game coming up, so be careful.
I don't know if he said it, but I'm the only one who hasn't cut theirself
Yeah,
in the past
he did
2
say
years.
that. He did say that.
So, yeah, I mean, I got to be careful. I don't want to jinx it or anything. I don't want to give myself a big cut or anything, but I mean, I guess they're not bad enough that I'm cutting myself.
Yeah.
No,
Well, you're coming
like
along.
he's done a couple times.
She show you how to do it?
Okay, cut this end off first, right? And then put it flat so it's not rolling around.
Will you keep that out?
I'm sure he's picking up a lot of great things from you. Amazing to see, buddy. Keep going. And add billet dad to the checklist now in your career.
Oh, it's been good. We've enjoyed it. It's been awesome.